Many parents are eager to get their children into all-through schools. Apart from the fact that it saves parents the hassle of worrying about secondary school admission, there are also plenty of benefits for students. Studying from primary to secondary within the same community means that after moving up to secondary school, students don't have to adapt to a completely new environment. They've already heard the names of the teachers and the principal since they were young. And school staff also have more time to fully implement the school's educational philosophy.
Yeah, I really enjoy it.
This time, Britannia will take everyone to have a look at 2 through-train boarding schools in different cities. Although both are all-through schools, each has its own unique features. One of them even has quite a few connections with the hometowns of Hong Kong people. Winnie the Pooh is really adorable, isn't he?
In this episode, we've come to Wycliffe College, which is located in a place in the UK called Stonehouse. It's a small town really, with only about 8,000 people. Basically, the whole local economy revolves around the old school. This is actually one of my favorite schools in the UK. I think it's just the right size with about 300 to 400 students, not too big at all. In terms of resources, it's actually very well equipped. You can see that every facility, everything here is very new and well maintained, and the management is excellent. The headmaster, Nick Gregory, is a very good friend of mine. He's also one of the most respected headmasters in the UK. At this school, whether it's sports, art or music, everything is done exceptionally well. They really provide a truly well-rounded education. There's nothing that's particularly outstanding to the exclusion of others, nor do they only focus on one area. Everything is valued equally. I really think it's very all-round. My students who have come here have done the best, mainly because when they first arrived, they might not have been very confident or particularly outstanding academically, but here they can really graduate with lots of A's, or their progress, the value added, is even more important.
There are over 3,000 secondary schools in England, but only about 100 are top-tier schools. This college has students from nursery all the way up to sixth form, so students can study here from the age of 2 up to 19. However, boarding is only offered from the age of 9 onwards.
This year, there are more day pupils or flexi-boarders from Hong Kong. Wycliffe College's education is well-rounded due to its many features. Offering an all-through system, the school provides a wide range of courses, over 24 GCSE subjects, and more at A-level, with 28 or 24 options. This caters to students with all sorts of interests and strengths. Even though there are so many subjects, the academic results are still very impressive.
In addition, the college is also able to provide extra support for students with special educational needs. The school believes that every student should have the right to receive an education, even if they require additional assistance. To achieve this goal, the school maintains close communication with parents and students, assessing and considering each student's learning situation, including their learning preferences and strengths.
Moreover, the admission requirements at Wycliffe College are relatively more relaxed compared to other traditional boarding schools, and they are willing to accept students whose academic results may not be as strong. This inclusive teaching philosophy has enabled students to make significant progress after enrolling. According to a survey by the University of Durham in the UK, Wycliffe College's progress rate ranks among the top 5% of all schools in the country.
If you think about boys at UK boarding schools, what sport do they actually play? I believe most people would say football, since the UK is known as the birthplace of football. However, the most popular sport at boarding schools is actually rugby. So basically, at any boarding school you go to, you'll see a standard 15-a-side rugby pitch, but they are quite considerate. They know that a group of Hong Kong students might not want to take part in a contact-heavy sport like rugby, and they understand that Hong Kong students tend to prefer playing basketball. To cater for students who love basketball, Wycliffe College, compared to others, has invested more resources. Not only do they have an indoor basketball court, but they've also hired a professional coach, Antonio, who used to play in professional leagues in Europe.
Do you like basketball?
The relationship between Wycliffe College and Japan has nothing to do with basketball. As mentioned earlier, Wycliffe College offers a very wide range of subjects. Whether it's GCSE or A-level, there are Japanese language courses available. There are also students who go to Kobe for exchange, where they not only learn Japanese but also get to experience authentic Japanese life.
In 2017, Gracie, a 14-year-old student from Wycliffe College, took part in the Haiku Grand Prize organised by a Japanese green tea company. She beat over 18,000 participants and became the first non-Japanese person to win the championship of the haiku competition.
Studying secondary school in the UK doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to university in the UK. Apart from the UK curriculum, Wycliffe also offers BTEC courses for students. The American University Entrance Exam, ACT, as well as the US SAT preparatory courses are very rare in the UK, giving students more options and pathways after graduation.
Another thing that really impressed me is their boarding houses. They're really new and spacious, and from the lower years, students can already have twin rooms with ensuite bathrooms. When they move up to the higher years, they get their own single rooms, so there's plenty of space for them to study. After introducing everything new at Gloucestershire's Wycliffe College, we headed to Hertfordshire to visit a boarding school with a rich history and traditional roots.
Today, we've come to St Edmund's College.
Where did we take you this episode? We went to Ware in Hertfordshire. Today, we'll be looking at St Edmund's College and its prep school. So, what are they like? By the way, the mascot of Hertfordshire is actually a deer. Let's see what we come across today. We really did see deer. I mean, you might not even see pandas if you go to Sichuan, and in Hong Kong, you don't just see white dolphins everywhere, but here there really are deer. So, where is Ware? Well, it's one of the small towns in the east of Hertfordshire. Hertfordshire itself doesn't need much introduction. Many parents are even more familiar with it than I am. This small town with over 1 million people is known as one of the most livable places in the UK, often called London's backyard. That's because there are quite a few schools here, the environment is peaceful, and property prices aren't as high. Mainly, Ware is a very popular town, though it might not be as well known as, say, Edmund or Watford, but it's still a fantastic place. It's a pretty decent little town. The UK is a place that's really good at preserving its culture, and just in Ware alone, there are already 202 protected buildings. Walking around, you really feel like you've stepped into a museum. There are lots of different churches dotted around the town, like St Mary the Virgin on High Street, which is full of religious atmosphere. Actually, the population here is just under 20,000 people. The average house price is $380,000. And last year, most of the sales were actually apartments, with the average flat selling for $250,000. It's really suitable for families who enjoy a slower pace of life. Now, as for the main place we're visiting today, St Edmund's College, just like the whole community, it's steeped in history. It's one of the oldest colleges in the UK. It used to be a seminary, but now it's been transformed into a school. So where are we now? This place is a small community located between London and Cambridge. Actually, I think it's quite a good place to study because you'll definitely be able to focus. There really aren't any distractions nearby, except for the occasional rain.
St Edmund's College was founded in 1568 and has a history of 450 years, making it one of the oldest Catholic schools in England. Besides its long history, the school has a strong Catholic atmosphere. 20 alumni have been canonized by the Vatican. The school itself was originally a monastery, dedicated to training clergy, and later became a boys' school. It only became co-educational in 1974, after admitting female students from a nearby convent. A first step in education.
Now, the first stop at our school is the chapel. St. Edmund's is a Catholic school with a very long history. This chapel was actually built in the 16th century. It's one of the largest and oldest churches in the UK, so most of their students are actually from Europe. Of course, an all-through school is bound to catch parents' attention, and the school's small class teaching is just as drool-worthy for mums and dads. The school assigns a mentor to every student, and each week the mentor will have a chat with the student. Not only do they help students solve academic problems, but they also assist them in integrating into the school community. With such thoughtful arrangements, St Edmund's College's A-level results have ranked in the top 200 in the UK for many years, and their progress rate is also in the top 15%.
As an all-through school, St Edmund's College provides education for students aged 3 to 18. The school's educational philosophy is education for the whole person. For Hong Kong students, they might not be so used to having to travel all over a big campus all the time, and I think this is something this school does really well. Of course, there's also the religious aspect. To be honest, I feel that the school's Catholic background is actually quite suitable for students who are perhaps a bit quieter or more reserved, and who prefer a calmer environment without too much hustle and bustle. If you like a more peaceful atmosphere, this school is actually quite a good choice.
If you are interested in these all-through schools, call us at Britannia, and my excellent colleagues and I can focus on your needs and give you tailored recommendations.